Let's pull up the stock of Sonata Software for you. That one is up 1.5%. The news coming in on this company is that it has made an acquisition. It has acquired a US-based IBIS for about $14 million. To talk to us about this, we are joined by Mr. Srikar Reddy, MD and CEO of Sonata Software. He's joining us on the phone line from Bangalore. Mr. Reddy, thank you so much for speaking with us at NDTV Profit. Can you tell us why have you decided to go in for another acquisition, close on the heels of an acquisition made in August? What does IBIS bring on the table for you?
Okay, I think as I said during the past two acquisitions, one with the travel platform and one with the mobility platform, this is all in line with our strategy of doing digital transformation through an IP-led strategy in the three verticals we operate in, which is travel, retail and distribution. So what IBIS adds is core distribution IP, which sits in the middle for what we call creating a modern distributor of the future. The second is also that it's based on the Microsoft Dynamics AX platform, where Sonata has got a huge commitment over the last 10 years of serving customers globally on the Dynamics AX platform. So the other thing is it creates an entity which is a very strong US front end, because IBIS is completely based out of the US, and with our solid scalable back end, which we have now both built over the last 10 years, it now gives an opportunity for this combined entity to go and participate in much larger Microsoft Dynamics distribution deals globally across the world.
Right. Now, you've paid about $14 million for this acquisition. You'll make an upfront payment of $8.6 million, and then, of course, milestone payments come in. What's the cash on the books, and how will you be funding this?
Cash on our books?
Yes.
Our cash on our books is about 250 crores. So we could use our own cash to fund it, or we could borrow abroad and use it as a hedge and pay for this acquisition. So we would possibly do the second option.
Right, borrow abroad. Mr. Reddy, can you tell us what kind of margins does IBIS work with, and how do they compare with the margins Sonata does?
See, IBIS being a local US company has a lower margin than Sonata, which is about 10 to 12%. Sonata is close to about 20-22%. But that also has come from the fact that they've invested a lot in creating this IP I just spoke about. So once the IP starts delivering results, then we would see the margins of IBIS increase. Also, the fact that now there is an opportunity to serve the current customers of IBIS using some of the resources we have in India, which can lead to also a higher margin. So we would see that gradually we can push up the operating margin of IBIS as we go forward.
So will this in the near term be margin dilutive for Sonata?
At a percentage level, yes, but it would be, I guess, EPS accretive.
All right. What are the clients that you will be able to get access to because of this acquisition of IBIS? How many clients do they have? What field are they in? And what are the products or the services you can offer them now that you have bought out this company?
A very good question. So basically, as I said, they're into mainly the distribution space: industrial distribution, food distribution, consumer distribution, packaged goods, and so on and so forth. So their clients, which are active clients, are about between 20 to 25 currently. So majority of them are in this space. Now, the additional services we can offer to these clients are: one is a continuous sustenance service on the Microsoft Dynamics AX implementation, which they're not able to do today, and other are the add-on services around other Microsoft stack like BI analytics, mobility, Azure, cloud engineering, and managed services. So those are the additional services we can then offer to these current clients.
Right. Now, you said that this acquisition is in line with your strategy for digital transformation led by IP. Now, what is the average deal size that IBIS has access to now so far? You said, and how can this grow going ahead? Because what I understand is in the IP service, you put in an investment initially, but then the returns are exponential over the years. Can you give us some kind of idea on what the numbers are like?
Oh, yeah, we don't normally share, as a Sonata practice, we don't share, guidance numbers. But qualitatively, as I said before, the current deal sizes which IBIS on an average place around is with about $1 million, $1.5 million kind of stuff. So what combined entity can do is raise that bar and start looking at average deal sizes of $3 to $4 million. So that's what the first one is. And the second one is, as the higher and higher IP content goes into these deals, then the margins will improve.
Okay, and what is the kind of margin expansion that we look at for the IP heavy content?
Yeah, typically the margin on IP heavy content, the gross margin is about 70%.
Sorry, can you repeat that? How much?
70%.
70%.
Yeah, gross margin on IP content. Yeah. Purely IP, only IP, yeah.
So when will this integration start, and by when will we start seeing the end results of this acquisition?
I think, integration will start immediately, and we'll see the end result in about 2 years' time.
Right. And what's the update on the Halosys acquisition? Has the integration started?
I think when we bought it, we talked about saying that we're going to invest now in the platform and help in the company going to market. So we've started that. We've had some success with a couple of client wins over the last few months. And I think it's also got into places earlier where we wouldn't have got in because of a purely mobility platform and strategy. So we would continue to see that kind of a positive spin-off on our business.
All right, Mr. Reddy, thank you so much for speaking with us at NETV Profit.